What's going on YouTube today? I'm going to give you 3 reasons to start adding silver to your portfolio today. Also, at the end of the video, I'm going to give you my opinion on whether or not you should buy hard silver or the iShares and silver ETFs. Reason 0.5, silver looks really cool. I mean, look at it. Like you just, okay, not really. That's not really the reason why. But from an investment standpoint, silver is super duper cheap right now. Look at the charts. Look at where the price of silver is now versus where it was in the past. Do a little bit of chart analysis and it's super easy to see why right now is a great time to start buying silver. One of the first things that we see whenever we look at this chart on the long term is this super sweet bottom right here at around $13.15, and right now we're looking at SLV, but there is a bottom. Okay, so now we know when the price of SLV gets into the 13s or very close to the 13s, this is extreme buying time. This is where you want to start buying SLV like crazy. One other thing that I like to point out about silver, and something that once people see it, they cannot deny it, is this sweet flagging of the price of SLV. Look at this support line here. One thing to note during all of this is the big support line here, just under the $15 mark. Just under the $15 mark at about $14.95. The support line held here during this big flag movement where the prices are going up and down, up and down. You could have been playing this the whole time. If you go back in time, it does the same thing here. It provides support for this same exact movement, and it provides resistance for this movement here, and it also provides the breakout point for the stock to jump here. Another line that we can look at here is the resistance line, the trend line right here that runs across these peaks, runs across here. There was a breakout over this one, but in general this is the trend line that runs across. This right here on February 18th was trying to test this crossroads, maybe make a breakout, and it didn't, and it fell. But where are we right now? We're at 1456 on the way back up. Anything under this line is buying territory. Anything under this black line right here is in buying territory, and I seriously think we could have a breakout soon, and we could see some really happy folks if we get people on this train. So the chart is super easy to read. You know when to buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. And you can do this over and over again until you are happy as can be. And if you think this is only a one-time occurrence, let's go back into the earlier times. Let's go back to the 2011 to 2015 time frame. It basically does the exact same thing. Huge bounds up, huge bounds down, up, down. SLV shows buying opportunities, selling opportunities, rebuying opportunities, and selling opportunities again and again and again. This is not new. This has been happening for a very long time. This buy low, sell high pattern. It is super easy to look at the consistency of this chart. Look at the trending of this chart, where the stock price is going, where it's been, how easy it is to see the ups and the downs of the stock, how easy it is to buy low and sell high. There is no reason why anyone should not be getting into this, into silver. It is so easy to play. So from March 2016 until April 2018, you could have played a 34%, 17%, 15.6%, and a 10%. And it's super easy to play this stock. You guys can see why. It's super cheap here. Look where it can be, and this is just in 2016. Second reason, look how silver performs when the going gets tough and when the going gets good. What I'm not saying is that this little piece of silver is going to save you in a market crash. I'm not saying that, but what I am telling you is that it can provide a temporary buffer whenever the stock market gets a little upset. In fact, during all the stock market crashes since 1978, silver had only outperformed the markets during those crashes 2 times, but it does perform pretty well when the going gets a little tough, like just recently. During the recent correction that started in October, and if you follow it all the way down to Christmas Eve, the price of silver actually rose 7.5% from some really low lows. How does it perform though during an actual stock market crash? Let's go back to 2008. The 2008 stock market crash actually started around at its highs in like October 2007 and just free fell all the way to 2009. At that time, during the highs in October 2007, silver was only $13 a share. And as the markets plummet, people storm into silver as a safe mode, I guess, during the stock market crash. This pushed the price of silver to over $20 an ounce by March 2008. That's over a 52% gain. However, though, shortly after that, people got really scared and even pulled their money out of silver, and then silver fell way down. But it actually fell with the rest of the market. So you can see how silver, when things start to get going bad, silver can be a place for the investor to put his money to get some temporary relief whenever the market's going down. Now, I said when the going gets tough, silver does well. What happens when the going gets really good? Silver also gets really good. Okay, let's look at the stock market chart from August 2010 until April 2011. The Dow Jones was up 38% in that time frame. Silver on this same time frame went from $17 a share to $47 a share. That is a 170% uptick. Silver actually outperformed the Dow Jones by over 130% during the same time period. So silver can be good anytime. Just to give you a final warning, however, silver is not a 100% safe bet for when the market's crashing. It can provide temporary relief. It can be a place that you can move your money whenever the market's correcting or something like that, where you can feel safer, but it may not, and most of the time it doesn't, actually protect your money during a stock market crash. Just note that. Since silver has only outperformed stock market crashes 2 times since 1978, we must use chart analysis and think about this as a completely separate entity, a completely separate stock, if you will, whenever you're looking into getting into this investment. Don't just jump in it whenever the market's going bad. Don't just jump in when the market's doing good. Make sure you do some due diligence and look into the stock, look into the chart, look at how it's performing, and then decide whether or not you're going to get into it. The third reason, and the best reason of all, is the practical use of silver across the world is drastically increasing. We don't go one single day without using silver in our lives. The keyboard on my desk has silver in it. The camera that I have right here, the electronics, there's silver in there somewhere. The phone that I was on whenever I was coming home from work, that has silver in it. The phone that you're on right now, that thing that you're looking at, watching this video, has got silver in it. Silver is in cell phones, keyboards, batteries, solar panels, all kinds of things. Silver can't be beaten as far as electronics is concerned. It's the most electrically conductive, it's the most thermally conductive, and it's the most reflective. You name it in electronics and silver is in it. And if the world is going anywhere right now, it's towards technology and more technological advancements. More advancements in technology means more uses for silver. Look at 5G. 5G is right down the road. What are they going to use to do all the connections in all of these brand new 5G phones that are coming out with that everybody is going, the whole world is going to buy? They're going to use silver. Yes, they're going to use some gold in all the phones, but silver is going to be the one that they use. When everybody moves from 4G to 5G, silver usage across the globe is going to explode. According to goldsilver.com, 50% of silver used in the world is used in industrials, 33% is in jewelry, silverware, and religious objects, and 11% is in investments like coins and silver bars and whatnot. On top of all of this, sources on the internet, including goldsilver.com, say that the supply of silver is actually dropping. The amount of silver that's being mined out of the earth is dropping. And if the supply of silver drops and 5G comes out or new technology comes out and the demand for silver increases, what happens to the price of silver? Supply and demand, the price of silver will go up. So I've told you 3 reasons why so far. The chart looks great. You can't beat that chart. The chart is so easily read. You know what to buy. You know when to sell if you want to play the buy low, sell high game. Right now is the perfect time to buy in if you decide to buy silver. Second of all, silver can perform pretty well when the market is going bad and really well when the market is going good. Third of all, the practical use of silver is going up. When supply goes down and demand goes up, the price has got nowhere to go but up. So I've told you why you should buy silver, but should you buy bars? Or should you get into the iShares, the SLV, or ETFs that have exposure to silver? One of the great benefits to having the silver in my hand is there's no transaction involved outside of me buying the silver from the seller online. If I buy into an ETF, there's kind of that worry that, oh, what if this financial institution breaks down, the ETF falls apart, do I really have the silver? No, you don't. There's just kind of this weird thing where you don't actually own the silver, you own shares of the ETF. So owning this silver, you actually own the physical item and it's money. One of the problems with buying actual silver bars though is you have to pay premium. And if you're only buying like one bar or you're buying with an unpreferred payment method, they like to charge more premium. So you're actually going to end up paying more than spot price. You're going to pay more than the price of silver for the same silver bar. However, you own it physically. Now, if you're buying multiple bars or huge bars or you're using the right payment method, the premium really isn't that bad and I guess it's worth it. I have some. On the flip side are silver stocks like SLV, which is the iShares silver stock that I recommend to folks who are trying to get into silver without actually buying the physical silver itself. It tracks the price of silver. It works, it buys and sells like a stock. It's instant, it's super fast. It follows the price of silver, so you get to benefit from the price of silver going up or down, however you want to play the game, without actually having to own the silver itself. So it's really up to you. Personally, I do both. As you can see, I have my own bars of silver, but I also own a bunch of shares of SLV. So it's really up to you. Do you want to pay a little bit of premium to actually have the silver bars yourself, to hold the silver in your hand and say that you actually have it? Or do you want to play it more or less like a stock and play the price of silver through a stock like iShares, the SLV? If you guys get into silver or you guys start to get into silver, let me know if you think it's smart to buy into hard silver or buying into the ETFs. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Mike and this is Stocks for Dads, where we teach you how to build generational wealth for you and your family. If you like this video and you want to share it, please do. And hit the like button and consider subscribing. We'll see you next time.